She always said love was sacred, that trust was everything. And I believed her. God, I believed every trembling word. We were perfect to everyone else. But you never expect the knife to come from the one you kissed goodnight. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't suspicious. It was pure accident, the kind that makes your stomach drop and your heart forget how to beat. Her phone buzzed. She was in the shower. And that one message, it shattered everything. Not just the words, but the name. A name I knew. A name that should have never been on her screen like that. At first, I convinced myself it meant nothing. I stared at that screen like maybe I misread it. Maybe it was innocent. But deep down, I already knew. She got out of the shower smiling like nothing happened. Kissed me on the cheek. Asked what I wanted for dinner. I smiled back, said I'd cook. And as I stirred the sauce, I stirred the rage boiling inside me. Not loud, not violent, just a quiet storm forming. I had questions, but I needed answers first. So I started watching. Listening. Collecting the pieces she didn't know she dropped. Her lies were elegant, practiced. She didn't stumble or hesitate. That's what hurt the most, how natural betrayal looked on her. I followed the trail. Late-night work meetings, sudden trips to the gym, texts she swore were from her cousin. And that man, the one from the message, he wasn't just anyone. He was her ex, wealthy, influential, and apparently interested again. She wasn't cheating out of love. She was climbing, trading loyalty for lifestyle. I wasn't even a person anymore. I was a stepping stone. I could have confronted her, screamed, demanded, but what good would that do? She'd cry, twist it, maybe even flip it on me. No. I decided on something else, something slower, smarter. A storm doesn't shout, it builds. I started documenting everything. Screenshots, photos, audio. I became a ghost in my own house. Observing, planning, preparing. I made backup drives, sent files to secure accounts, and through it all, I kissed her goodnight, held her close, made her think I was blind, all while sharpening the blade she'd handed me. I learned she had plans, big ones. She wanted to start a business, needed investors, started pitching ideas to friends, my friends, claimed them as her own. Claimed I was just helping her emotionally, not financially. She lied to them like she lied to me, with charm and fake sincerity. So I let her pitch, let her build that dream castle in the sky, because I already knew where the cracks were. I let her climb higher, let her feel untouchable, because the higher she got, the longer the fall. I started talking to people too, quietly, carefully. I dropped subtle truths into conversations, not accusations, just breadcrumbs, a story here, a doubt there, nothing loud, nothing obvious, but enough to make people pause, to start watching her the way I was. The charm started to crack. The smiles didn't land the same. And all the while, she thought she was winning, that she'd fooled me. She didn't know I was 10 steps ahead, that I'd already set the match. All I needed was the right moment to light it. Then came the event, her big investor party, a celebration of the future. She made a speech, thanked me, called me her rock. And I smiled like the idiot she thought I was. Everyone clapped, toasted, and that's when I made my move. I uploaded everything, emails, photos, recordings, onto a drive labeled "just in case." Sent it to every investor in the room. No message, no explanation, just truth. By the time she finished her wine, her phone was buzzing nonstop. Confusion, panic. The first real fear I'd ever seen on her face. She pulled me aside, demanded answers. I just looked at her, said one word, "Why?" She stuttered, denied, pleaded, and I walked away. Out the front door, left her standing there in front of everyone. her dream dissolving in real time. I didn't have to yell. I didn't have to destroy her. She did it herself. I just gave her the mirror. And in that reflection, she saw the monster she tried to make me. She tried to fix things, apologized, cried, said she didn't know why she did it, that she still loved me. But her love came with conditions, contracts I never signed. I didn't reply, didn't block her either. Let her words rot in my inbox like spoiled promises. She started losing followers. Sponsors backed out. Her website crashed. I didn't lift a finger. Karma doesn't need a hand. It just needs patience. A few months later, I saw her on the street. Different. Smaller. Not physically, but dimmer. Like the light she faked so well finally went out. She looked at me like I was a ghost, like she remembered every moment I was good to her and hated herself for it. She opened her mouth. I kept walking, didn't even glance, because the silence said more than any goodbye ever could. People asked me what happened. I just smiled, said life has a funny way of showing you who people really are. I never dragged her name through the mud. I didn't need to. The truth is like oil in water. It always rises, and hers was black, thick, impossible to ignore. I moved on, quietly, cleanly. She, on the other hand, kept drowning in the consequences she poured herself. Sometimes I wonder if she ever really loved me, if any of it was real. But then I remember the way she lied, so effortlessly, so frequently. Love doesn't wear a mask that well. Maybe she loved the way I made her feel, the stability, the admiration. But she didn't love me, because you don't trade love for leverage. You don't stab the hand that held you. I don't hate her, not anymore. That would give her power. Hate is still an attachment, and I've let go. What I feel now is colder, like a stranger I pass on the street. Nothing, just recognition without weight. That's worse, isn't it? Being forgotten. Being nothing to someone who once gave you everything. She dated again, tried to rebuild her image, said she found God, started sharing inspirational quotes, rebranded herself as a survivor, and I watched. Not to judge, just to understand. People do funny things when they're desperate to be seen as the hero in a story they wrote with stolen ink. But the truth never forgets. She tried to rebuild, started an online fundraiser claiming she was a victim of abuse, said I ruined her life, posted blurry pictures and half-truths. I let her scream into the void. Because behind every post, I had receipts, proof of every lie, every theft, every betrayal. When people started to believe her, I released the truth, slowly, strategically. I didn't need to defend myself. The facts did it for me. The fundraiser, taken down. Her followers turned on her. The last thread she clung to snapped. She messaged me again after that, said she was sorry, that she missed me, that she didn't know what she was doing. I didn't reply. She didn't deserve closure. She deserved to sit with the silence she gave me for months while I slept beside a stranger. You know what the worst part was? Not the betrayal, not the lies. It was the quiet. The nights I held her, completely unaware I was hugging a goodbye. The meals we shared while her thoughts were with someone else. The laughs we had while she was building a future without me. That's the part that breaks you. The kindness she wore while she was sharpening the knife. People say revenge is a dish best served cold, but I disagree. The best revenge is peace. It's waking up without rage. It's smiling without pretending. It's walking past the fire that once consumed you and not feeling the heat anymore. She lit the match, but I built the waterline, and now she's the one drowning in her own flames. I don't tell this story for pity. I tell it for perspective. So someone out there knows they're not crazy. That sometimes the most dangerous people wear the kindest faces. That being used doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But staying silent when you have the truth, that's where the real power is. And I chose mine. If you've been betrayed, lied to, broken by someone you loved, don't chase justice. Let it come. Be patient. Be precise. Let them dig their own grave while you build your future. Don't destroy them. Just remove yourself. And let karma do what it always does. Circle back. Because it always does. And when it does, you'll be far away, watching, healing, living, while they sit in the ruins of the life they thought they stole from you.